is the 3rd of December, so day 3 of Advent. And yeah, we are heading out today to Chelmsford to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to open up my Advents, and then hopefully, if they've got the lights up and everything in Chelmsford, then I'll get some footage of that for you today as well. Because I don't want you to just sit here and watch me open up Advent calendars. Yeah, I do have some footage that I took back in November when I went for afternoon tea, so I might put some of that up actually, because that's really pretty and it's very Christmassy, so look out for that. Yeah, so square one looks like this. So now that it's actually like becoming daylight, you can see it a little bit better. So this is square one of the Crochet Society Advent cow, and then 2 actually uses both colours from day 1 and day 2. I'm not sure if it'll pick it up. There are actually hearts in the white yarn, and then the sort of peachy pinky colour goes around the outside as well. So yeah, it's really difficult. I will take some photos though now that it's light out. One square is slightly smaller than the other, but actually if I stretch it, they do match. So it just needs to be stretched a little bit and blocked. So I'll do that at some point. And I have been very good. I have woven in all the ends. So there are no ends in either of them. So I'm hoping it'll be quite a quick construction once they're all done. So you did have to use both the 4mm and the 3.5mm hooks that we got in the Advent. So and actually I've still got plenty of yarn left over. The first square took about 20 grams for me, and these are 33 gram balls, so I had about 13 grams left over, and I still have about 3 grams left over as well, if not more. I think it might be around 6 possibly. So yeah, so there's still poised to use that in something else as well if I need to. Rather than opening up another ball of ice and sugar if we get a second one. But yeah, so I've done my first 2. I am keeping up to date at the moment. Not sure how long that is going to continue for, because for the next 3 Thursdays I am actually heading to Faversham to do a sock knitting workshop, because I'd like to try and make a pair of socks. In knit rather than crochet, so that is going to be taking up all my Thursday evenings up until Christmas. So I may have to double up my Thursdays and Fridays, but yeah. Actually, I won't have to double up the last one because I'm not actually at work on the last one. We break up on the 20th, which is a Tuesday. So there are a few days where I'll actually be at home and it will be daylight rather than pitch black outside, which is quite a nice change. So let's get these open. I'm all dressed and ready to go. I've got my Inspire jumper on today because I thought that was probably the more relevant of my jumpers for Dungeons and Dragons. If you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, you'll know that a bard inspires people. So I'm not a bard, but I don't know what I'm going to be yet, actually. I guess we'll find out. Maybe I'll take some pictures of what we're actually, like the characters that we're playing as well, and some of our dice rolls. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun day. It's going to be a long day, though, because we're there for 3 hours. But I am hoping to have breakfast in a minute, get my son to eat breakfast as well, and what I'll do is after the session, because we're there from 11 till 2, is we'll get some food, we'll get some lunch in Chelmsford before we head back. And then I need to film the podcast today because it's the only afternoon that I actually have available to do so, which means I need to try and move one of my lights so that I can actually film, because it's going to be dark when we get home. But I am out all day tomorrow, so today is the only chance I get, and I don't really have time this morning to do that, particularly as there's nowhere to actually sit and do it at the moment still. But yeah, so let's get these open because I've been waffling now for 5 minutes. So we have the crochet. I'm going to have to spin around because otherwise I'm going to knock everything down. So we have the Crochet Society Advent. We're going to open up door number 3. Actually, the pulley is not quite in the middle of this one. And it's quite a bright colour from what I can see. Oh, that's a nice one. This one is called Wine Gums. The camera is blowing it out. All the yellow lighting is blowing it out. It is like a wine colour. It's like a deep red colour. And we have a little pair of scissors. Now I actually found another pair of these the other day in a box that I didn't think had them. So I currently have 3 pairs at my disposal. I gifted a pair to a young crocheter that comes to the yarn shop. I gifted her a pair. Oh, these are gold. So shame. We have actually got these in the shop now in the rose gold, and they come in a little pouch too. So I might have to get a pair of them. So I didn't end up before. Yeah, I don't know if I might gift these to a friend of mine though. We'll see. So we have a cute little pair of scissors. So I'll have a look at what the pattern is for today. I'm assuming now that they're all squares and that we piece them all together. But that's only 3 days in now, so we'll have a look later on at the pattern for it. So we'll get Sheepy out of the way because I don't want to break him. So day number 3 of the wax melts then from Sass and Wax. I haven't actually burnt or melted day 2 yet because I could still smell the gingerbread yesterday, so I put another tea light in and had that last night. And I was going to put Naneko on this morning, but then realised that we're not actually going to be home for very long. And I've been leaving it until the tea light just practically burns out. And obviously I didn't want to do that. And the reason I've been doing that is because I don't want to blow it out and get wax over everything that's here. So, and I'm not confident to lick my fingers and stick them in the flame. If you have any alternatives, do let me know. Right, so this one is purple. Let's get this one out. Oh, it's actually got feet on the back of this. There's a little purple star. So we'll have a look. I'm going to put that back in here though, because I left that one out last night and I'm not sure. I don't want it to make a mark on the worktop. So let's have a look at day 3. Frosted plums, a natural juicy plum fragrance enhanced with notes of peach and nectarine, resting on sweet vanilla and hints of tropical coconut and mango. A sweet and fruity but Christmassy scent. I actually really like tropical stuff and mango and coconut, so that's going to be really, really fresh. When I get home later, I'm going to melt the Naneko from yesterday. I'm looking forward to day 3 actually. That's going to be really nice. There are actually like perforations on the back, so I could stand it up, but I don't think there's actually room to do that up here. But yeah, so that's day 3 from Sass and Wax. I'm now going to give Joey a shout and get him to open up day 3 because it's an odd number, which means he gets to do it. Right, so Advent 3 then is the Beholder's Gaze Dice Advent for Dungeons and Dragons, and we have this really pretty purple sparkly D20. Now what I think is that this is the other set that was available last year. So in the Dice Advent last year I got a bright pink set, which I absolutely love, and it came with like a giant D20. I think this is the other set. Now I have actually ordered one of these sets, which means we are both going to get a set each, hopefully. So if this is a 3rd set in the Advent, then we'll both get a set, which is nice, but I'll get the big D20. But yeah, so we have free dice. I'm going to start taking pictures of these actually now that it's daylight now. So we're going to pop this all back together and then I'm going to get crocheting. Well, we are back from our little trip to Chelmsford to play D&D and we had a really good time. We both said though that we do need to find someone to play with. There was just the two of us and our DM for the day, but we had a really good time. It did take a little while to get into in terms of like what questions to ask and what to decide to actually do, but we did a couple of battles and met some people along the way, so yeah, it worked out pretty well. We actually stayed there to have some lunch as well. We ordered some pizzas and some milkshakes just to finish off the day, and we each bought each other a birthday present because his birthday was last week, which is why I kind of booked today for him. He was 18 and my birthday is next week, so we each bought each other something. And I bought him this giant D20 like plushie, and the guy, when we got to the till, the guy at the till was like, "Oh my god, it's going!" So that was really good. Yeah, but I wanted to show you this quickly because I love it. It was the only one I could find on the shelf, so I quickly grabbed it whilst I was wandering around, whilst we were waiting for food to come. So it is a mug that looks like Pikachu. So Jerry bought this for me for my birthday. I'm going to open it up just so you can see how cute it actually is. And I absolutely love it. I think it's so cool. Hello Pikachu mug. I'm not sure how usable it is. You'd end up tipping it all the way up to get out your tea or whatever, but yeah, I wanted a Pikachu mug with a lovely scrawled little face. So yeah, I have Pikachu and he has a giant plushie, and I'm trying to keep it in the box so it's nice and tidy and it's not going to break, because whilst I am trying to organise stuff in the living room, I don't want it to break. So I might need to find somewhere to put it in the kitchen, but for now it's staying in its box. And whilst we were at the till, I then decided to have a look at the dice bowls that they've got. They've got a few dice bowls where I think one is in like an acrylic D20 dice with an open in it. And they were all £1 each. So I was having a quick look in there, and then there was a bowl with £1.50 dice, which were just D20s, and then a bowl which was for just D6s, so just standard 6-sided dice. So we each picked out 2 dice, and Jerry bought these, so because they were £1.50. So this is the first one. It's like purple and blue I got, and this one's got like a swirl design on the 20, and then I have this one which is blue and sparkly, which I thought was really pretty. It also has a swirl design on the 20 as well. So yeah, those are my 2 extra little gifts from today, and I'm now going to film my podcast so for November. So I've just been sitting here writing out all my show notes for it. Ralph has been home from work and since gone back home to his parents' house for at least tonight. Tomorrow I have Billericay Christmas market, so he will probably come and see us then and head back tomorrow night, because we are both going to London on Monday evening. So he kind of needs to be here. And yeah, then I'm going to crochet today's square. I don't know, I'm going to use the smaller hook for today's square purely because a lot of people have said they've run out of yarn on Facebook for this particular square. So I mean, my tension's pretty good, so we'll see anyway. I mean, my squares have been coming out bigger. I think they're supposed to be around 17 centimeters. Mine have come out at 19. But yeah, I'll drop down to the 3.5 anyway, and we'll see how that goes. See, if I finish today's square, then I'll put a picture up at the end as well. But for now, I'm going to say bye. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm off to film my podcast. So take care. Bye.